Today we have a familiar face here. It's Bolomboy again.
Yep.
It's good to see you.
Thank you. Really good to see you too.
Okay, thanks. Joel, how did you spend your summer?
So summer went by pretty fast. Last year, my last 2 games kind of got cut short because I had the partial rupture in my oblique muscle. But that's past me now. Went home, did some rehab, took some time off, and then got back into training, lifting weights, working out, making sure I came ready for this season. And, just enjoy the summer. Saw some family, saw some friends. We took a couple vacations, my wife and son, and that was it. We just tried to enjoy the summer because you look up and the summer's over and you're like, man, it was 2 months and it went by really fast. So it was good. Quick summer, but it was good. We enjoyed it.
Yeah, time flies when you have fun.
For sure.
So how does it feel being back in Belgrade?
It feels good. So far, so good, yeah.
How would you describe the atmosphere in the team?
I like it. It's definitely positive. Everybody is super energetic. Everyone's anxious to start, looking forward to this year and officially starting the season. Everyone's ready to go.
And lots of familiar faces here.
For sure.
And
Yeah.
what about new guys?
Yeah, I like the new guys we added on. I think our roster, blustered, we're much better than last year. But we've been practicing for, probably several weeks now, just getting used to each other, what this person likes, what he doesn't like, just getting familiar with each other, our spots, how to set screens for guys, and kind of what my teammates want to see from me. So we're getting familiar. We've only played 2 games so far. We have another one tomorrow, but yeah. And, Isaiah Cannon came from Olympiacos. I played a year with him over there, so that's obviously nice. But in general, we have some experienced guys, and we know of each other just from playing in Europe and just being in the EuroLeague. So, yeah.
That's great. Okay, well, let's start from the very beginning. Your mom is from Russia.
Mm-hmm.
Your dad is from Democratic Republic of the Congo.
Correct.
You were born in Ukraine, and then you moved to Dallas.
Yeah.
And after some time, you came back to Europe.
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell us more about your background? How many languages do you even speak?
Yeah, so kind of going back to what you said, long story short, my dad and mom met at a university in Moscow. I think my dad was on an academic scholarship for something business related, and my mom was attending the university. I don't know what she was studying or trying to get a degree in. So they met. They would have to tell you the story. It's a funny story, but they would have to tell you how they met. I don't remember it all, but they ended up meeting there, and I think the ultimate goal for them was to move to America to pursue the American dream. So I was the firstborn. I have 3 younger sisters. I was born at the time where we happened to be was Ukraine. We kind of bounced around Ukraine, Russia, France, and just a couple other countries. So all said and done, I was born in Ukraine in 1994. And then I think maybe 5 years or several years after we moved to America. I think the reason why they chose Texas was because my dad had some friends or relatives moving into that area in Texas. So they moved to Texas, and then, fast forward some more. My 3 sisters were born, and I got into basketball and ended up getting drafted, played a couple years in the NBA, and made my way to Seska to Olympiacos, and Olympiacos to here, Zvezda.
How did you end up being a professional basketball player? In one of the interviews that I watched, your mom said that she didn't even know that you want to be a basketball player, a professional athlete.
Mm-hmm.
She thought that maybe you wanted to become a doctor or something like that, and she found out about your plan for the future in your senior year. Is that correct?
I think more or less something like that. Yeah, I know she really wanted me to be a doctor or something in the medical field, but I told her from the beginning it wouldn't work. How I got myself into basketball was, as a kid growing up, I was kind of into everything. Outdoors, park, I would play basketball, I'd play football, wrestling, track. I kind of did all the sports. I even skateboarded a little bit.
Oh, wow.
And played video games too, so I kind of did it all. And growing up in Texas, you know, it's very hot. It's usually, the summers is like 105, so that's probably like 40, 41, 42 here when you convert it. So it's extremely hot, it's very humid, and I didn't really like to be outside. I played like American football, and I didn't like to be outside with like the equipment and the helmet. And yeah, on top of that, I was always kind of taller than everyone, so when I was playing football, when people were tackling me, it's like they just kept hitting my knees. So that was a huge problem, because anytime because I played wide receiver and I played a little bit of quarterback. So when I was catching the ball and people, like I said, people were tackling me, they're literally going straight for the knees, just because I was so much taller than everyone. So I kind of started playing basketball, and then just, I think by my sophomore year in high school, so like for me, that was the 10th grade, I was like, okay, I want to take basketball seriously. So from then, I kind of just step by step got better, became ranked in the state of Texas, became ranked nationally, and then by the end of my high school career, I probably had, 30, maybe more Division I scholarships from schools all over, high major schools. Like I had interest from Clemson, Florida State, North Carolina, Auburn, and ended up going to Weber State, a mid-major school, which was kind of a little bit of a shock to everyone, because you have all these bigger universities pursuing you.
But they were the first one that offered you the scholarship, right?
Correct. Yeah, Weber State was one of the first schools,
yeah.
And the reason why I went there is because they kind of showed me a plan. Like, they knew I wanted to get to the NBA. They kind of had it mapped out. Like, hey, if you take this serious and you put in the work and you ultimately want to end up the NBA, this is how we can help you. This is kind of what we can do, and this is kind of the path. They don't usually, they'll have like an NBA player once every 3-4 years or so. The most notable one is Damian Lillard. In the NBA still now with the Bucks, but they did just have someone drafted, Dylan Jones. I think he went in the 20s to OKC, the Thunder, and he'll be really good. I like watching him, but yeah, it kind of just happened. Ended up going to Weber State and just kind of got better and better every year.
Well, your college years were great, actually.
Mm-hmm.
I also know that you set the school record, right?
Yes, I have many.
With the rebounds, and also you had like 28 double-doubles? Like 28 points and 28 rebounds.
So I have that is a record. There's just so many records I broke at the university, but I know I'm like the all-time shot block leader, the all-time
they also call
rebound leader, offensive rebound leader, and the leader in a single season. I think maybe I have like the most double-doubles. The one game you're talking about, I had 28 points, 28 rebounds. I think I tied Kenneth Fareed record for the most double-doubles, but at least 20 points and 20 rebounds. That last year I was there, I had 4 games where I had 20 points, 20 rebounds. So yeah, I was very, very dominative in college, especially when I left.
That's impressive. I also know that they call you shots blocking king.
Yeah,
really.
yeah. I have a lot of nicknames. Yeah.
Great.
Oh.
Okay, we'll go back to 2016. You were drafted by Utah Jazz,
Mm-hmm.
and after that you went to Milwaukee Bucks,
Mm-hmm.
and after that you came. Why didn't you to take some popcorns?
Sure.
Do you have some phobia, some memories, some?
I definitely have some memories. So I'm scarred for life mentally with popcorn. When I was with the Utah Jazz, they pulled a prank on me with the popcorn. I'll have to show you the photos. But what had happened was I was the rookie, and usually when you're the rookie, you have to kind of pretty much do what all the veteran and older guys say, whether you like it or not. So the problem was, I think it was either Gordon Hayward's birthday or George Hill's birthday. And they wanted me to get a specific cake. I think it was it was a strawberry cake or a strawberry shortcake, but it was a specific one. It was like really hard to find. Like you can't find it. So they wanted me to get this specific cake with this specific flavoring, like this, it's almost like an icing on top. And they wanted me to get it, and somehow the assistant that worked for the Jazz, she kind of found out that they wanted me to get this cake, and it's impossible to get the cake, but they wanted the cake. And she said she would help me out. And I told her, no, it's okay, I'll take care of it. You know, worst case, I will make it myself, you know, just so they can have the cake. So long story short, what happened was she went out and bought a cake to try to help me. But again, I told her not to. So she went out and bought a cake and then gave me the cake, and I was like, okay, thank you. I paid her back for it. So when the person's birthday came, I left the cake out there, and they found out that I didn't get the cake. So they thought I was, you know, trying to be funny. You know, I wasn't listening. I wasn't obeying, you know, the rookie code. So they for a week straight, they're like, rookie, we're going to get you. You know, we're going to get you. You didn't listen to us. And I was trying to explain to them the whole story. I was like, no, like I told her not to do it, you know. But for a whole week straight, they were like, you know, we're going to get you. You didn't listen to us. We told you, you know, the number one rule is listen to us and we'll take care of you. So that whole week, I knew something was coming, because usually if you're a rookie in the NBA, like one of the things they do is they popcorn your car. So that's what they did to me. So I remember that whole week I would take my keys and I would put it like, we would have like a laundry sack with our gear for the day. So I would take my keys, I would put it in like a dirty sock, and I would put it in the bag so they wouldn't look in there. I did that for like literally 6 days straight. And then on the 7th day, I forgot to do it. So I came into the locker room and my car keys were in my right pocket. So I finished practice, I had my extra stuff. So by the time I got back to the locker, when I got ready and dressed, I noticed my keys were in the left side. So I went out there, and I'm thinking, okay, they did something, but they took all my wheels, my tires, they put my car on like stones, pretty much like on bricks, and then they filled the whole car with popcorn. They filled it with popcorn, and I mean, it took me probably 2 hours, because I didn't know what to do. You know, I'm a rookie. I was the last one there. Everyone was gone. I didn't know who to call, you know. I didn't know where my tires were. And the way our practice facility was set up, right next door we had Larry H. Miller. So they're one of the biggest dealerships in the state of Utah. So we had the manager that was still there. The manager came to help me. And, you know, everyone's taking pictures, like, social media. And I'm just like, you know, I'm like upset, mad. And
how did you clean it up?
Yeah, so I ended up getting my tires. They had the mechanic from next door come take all my tires. So I ended up getting new tires. And then as soon as I opened the door, literally popcorn would fall. Like
the whole pile.
Yeah, not all of it, but just as much as it would come out. So I opened the door, I kind of cleaned out the driver's seat, and I was like, I have to take this to the cleaners. Like, I don't know what to do. I don't know where to throw this popcorn away. So I took the car to one of the places I usually get my car cleaned. And as I'm driving, you know, I'm stopping. When I stop, when I brake, the popcorn from behind me is coming over. So it's like on my shoulders, like literally the popcorn's to like right here. I'm turning left, I'm turning right. The popcorn from one side is coming to me, you know. And I get to the car cleaning place, and I don't know how to get out of the car, because if I get out of the car, the popcorn, like more popcorn will fall. So I kind of roll down my window, and I'm talking to the guy, and they're confused because they can't really see. They're like, you know, what do you want? Like, you know, I'm trying to get his attention to come because I can't open the door. Like, I can't really crack the window because the popcorn will fall out. So he comes over, and he's just surprised, like, man, what happened? And at one point in time, I was thinking of going through like the top, you know, but he told me, you know, just open the door. So I opened the door, and immediately the popcorn fell out. I had oil and just like the kernels, like all on me, you know, in my hair. And yeah, I mean, they ultimately cleaned it. You know, I paid them a little bit extra, but they didn't want to clean the car. They didn't know how to clean it, you know. And the funny thing is, they said the year before they had, I think it was Rudy Gobert. The same thing happened to him. He got popcorn and went to the same place actually to get it cleaned. So yeah.
So they like got used to it.
Mm-hmm. It was the second time they had seen that.
Popcorn in the car.
Yeah. So they cleaned it, but until this day, I mean, there's still popcorn in there. Like popcorn was everywhere, like through the cracks. Like popcorn was in places like you would have to take the chair out completely to remove all the popcorn. Yeah, but I mean, they did a very good job at cleaning it. So yeah, I'm officially scarred with popcorn. That's my popcorn story.
So, I mean, that's a good reason for not
Yeah.
tasting any for the rest of your life, probably.
Right, yeah. So anytime I hear of stories like that, you know, I understand and can relate. Like they told me I had it easy. They said what they did one time to a rookie was they filled their car with peanuts. Like peanuts instead of popcorn, they did peanuts. So I would take popcorn over peanuts.
Nice.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. Well, I wanted to ask you, how was your transition to European basketball? I mean, we also have popcorns, but not in the cars.
Yeah.
You know?
The popcorn is good here, I'm not gonna lie. There's a couple times where I'm not playing, maybe coach decides to rest me or something, and I can't wait to have the popcorn. The popcorn's good.
Nice, great. And how was your transition to European basketball?
It was pretty good. I would say it was smooth. I think it was much easier than a lot of guys have it. You know, coming into Europe, I joined Powerhouse CSKA. So my role was very like specific. What they wanted me to do was literally like all my strengths. I didn't have to do anything out of my way. So I kind of fit in. You know, we had a solid team that year. We ended up winning the EuroLeague. But yeah, it was very easy to transition. I think the biggest difficulties for me was just to learn like the defenses. Like we ran hedge a lot, so you know, not getting split by the guard. That was probably like the biggest thing. When I do hedge, make sure I don't leave a gap for the guard to split through. Another challenge was just such a big playbook offensively, because in the NBA, with the Jazz, we had a pretty big playbook, but for the most part, like in the past, you know, the plays, it's a limited playbook. You kind of just have the plays and you have a whole bunch of different options. It's kind of like free-flowing. That's why the NBA has like a lot of isolation, one-on-one situations, because you have your basic structure, your offense, and then you kind of just play. But CSKA, we had like a lot of plays, a lot of counters, this play, that play. So it took me a while to really learn the plays, because I had to learn the 4 and the 5. So for me, like, you know, my whole life, my whole career, I never had like a big playbook. It's like just so confusing, and I'm trying to remember this position, this play, that play, and yeah. But no, it worked out good. I had a whole bunch of great veterans that helped me out. You know, at the time we had Kyle Hines, Nando De Colo, Chacho, Sergio Rodriguez, Othello Hunter. And then I wouldn't really consider Will Clyburn or Corey Higgins vets at the time, but, you know, they had a lot of experience. So, yeah, I think we just had a great group of guys that had so much experience. You know, they were able to show me the way, because that year CSKA only added 2 guys, I think, maybe 3. I can't remember. I know for sure it was me, Alec Peters, I think Daniel Hackett came, Danny was there, and maybe one other guy, but we didn't have too many new guys. It was literally the same roster from last year, more or less, and it was easy, because all the guys were there, and they were so open and helpful.
Okay, so after 3 years in Moscow, you were in Olympiacos, and after that, you came here, you signed up for Zvezda. Since you already had some teammates from Serbia, and also our coach is back in Utah Jazz, Igor Kokoshkov is also from Serbia. What did you expect in Serbia? How was your transition to Serbia?
Yeah, so it's everywhere is different, I'll say that. So I ended up playing 4 seasons in CSKA. Played 4 seasons in CSKA, 1 season with Olympiacos, and one season here because this is my 9th year. But no, everywhere is different. It's so like cool in a way. Like when I was in Russia, in Moscow, they say like English is like the second language, but not that many people speak English unless you go to like a nicer restaurant or like a higher end place. When I was in Greece, it was like everything was kind of closer to being Americanized. Like everyone spoke English. It was so easy going. They had like a whole bunch of American products. When I went here, people also speak English. It's really nice. The weather is much better than I had thought. In America, a lot of people get Serbia and Siberia confused. Yeah. Unfortunately, yeah. So they don't really know what to expect, and I was kind of one of those people. I didn't really know what to expect.
Minus 50 degrees.
Yeah, but the thing is, you come here every now and then, but you only spend like a day or 2 day max, so you don't really get to see the full picture. But no, I enjoyed it from the very beginning. And then not to mention like the basketball side, the fan atmosphere, the teammates here, and just kind of everything that comes with it. So it's been good. Every place I've been to obviously has their differences, different countries, different everything, but yeah, I like it.
Okay. Last year we spoke, you told me that you haven't tried any Serbian food yet. Did that change?
So, well, I would say it hasn't really changed. Yeah. I'll have to go. I mean, we've been to kind of a couple, I don't know the names of them, but we've been to a couple traditional Serbian restaurants where they have like Serbian dishes. I couldn't even tell you like what I've tried, but yeah, I think by now I've tried a couple dishes.
Do you find them delicious?
Yeah, like the sausage kebabs, a lot of the meats and stuff like that. Yeah, the pepperoni, stuff like that. Yeah, very good.
Nice. You became fans' favorite player very quickly,
Mm-hmm.
and the whole, like the audience, the fans love your family.
Mm-hmm.
They even have nicknames for them.
Yeah, we have nicknames.
Bolom girl and
Mm-hmm.
Bolom kid.
Yeah.
Do they enjoy in Serbia?
Yeah, they really like it. They really feel the love and support. It's just different, yeah. Because like even when I was with Olympiacos, their fan base is really felt. But I think here it's on another level because it's kind of personalized to us. Like you said, I'm kind of a fan favorite. So yeah, it's been really cool to experience for all of us.
Nice. We know that you can play under the pressure. When you played in CSKA, the expectations were high. Also, when you played in Olympiacos, there is also like a city derby.
Mm-hmm.
And now here,
Yeah.
we noticed that you're very calm during the game. So
Yeah.
how do you keep yourself calm? I
Mm-hmm.
mean, is that only what we see, or what's going on inside your head?
No, so I would say I'm just like naturally a calm person in general, but it just kind of developed from me being in the situations I've been in. Yeah, like the expectations and pressure is one thing, but like at the end of the day, you're just playing basketball. So yeah, it kind of just naturally formed and developed. I think my first year was kind of the biggest eye-opener when I joined CSKA, just because it's so different than the NBA. In the NBA, I can't really say every single game is important. If you happen to lose one game by 20 or something, there's so many games you just go on to the next one. But in Europe, in general, especially like with the EuroLeague and like the expectation of just winning the domestic league, it's there. And I think when I went to CSKA, they were so good that naturally, that was the mindset. And I've never won like an NBA championship, but I've had like championships on the high school level. I've had I haven't won a championship in college, but I've had experience of playing in like the NCAA tournament or just playing where you would consider there's pressure. So that wasn't really like a big deal for me. I think me in general, I've always been like a winner, or yeah, pretty much a winner throughout my career. So when I went to CSKA, it was like I just fit in. It was just like a mindset. It's just natural. Like it doesn't really, you know, I don't know how to explain it, but it just kind of is, like you said, it's the expectations, but it's just the normal there. And in general, with a lot of these teams, like even here, there's just certain expectations that you never have to talk about or mention. You just know, you know. So I think it kind of just happened like that.
So
Yeah.
your mentality is a great fit in here.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Nice. So do you have any specific rituals before the game? Like, do you meditate or
No,
I don't know?
no specific rituals.
Okay, nice. And looking back at the previous season, what can you say that you learned in it?
So what I learned, I think, like as a team, for the team last year and the guys that were there, I think we really connected towards the end of the year. I think it was just such an up and down year, a lot of stuff happening, coaching change, player changes, players leaving, coming, injuries. We never were able to find like true consistency. And from the EuroLeague standpoint, it was what it was, but we did finish on a high note, right? Winning the ABA and like the Serbian finals. So that was good, but you know, we really found like our team chemistry kind of when it was too late. So yeah.
And what did you learn from Coach Jans?
For him, I think it's really easy to play, honestly. He just obviously asks that you play 100%, give it your all. His focus is defense. I think for me, I have a lot of natural abilities on the defensive side, so it's easier for me to kind of fit in. He wants us to play the right way, move the ball, share the ball. You know, if we have our shots, if we're open, don't hesitate, shoot. Be aggressive, but just, you know, help each other out and literally just play the best to our abilities and keep getting better every single day.
And how did your game change in Zvezda?
I think for me, I mean, it changed a lot. So if you know me personally, like I say know me, like if you know me as a basketball player personally, it's no surprise. I think walking into this situation last year, just the opportunity opened itself up to where I was able to play 20, 25 minutes, which kind of allowed me to say, hey, look, this is what I can do. When I was with CSKA, I was kind of more of a role player, which doesn't mean I wasn't able to kind of do what I'm doing now or kind of close to it. It was just different team, different role, different situation. So I think year over year, the opportunity and like the situation changed for me, especially coming here. Everything just kind of clicked here.
What is your mindset like going into this season?
So we've talked about it a lot. On the personal level, you know, I just want to do better than I did last year on all aspects. I think as a team, we really want to be competitive this year, and you know, we want to bring playoff basketball back to Red Star and everyone that's a part of Red Star. So we have a really good roster. You know, we're working hard, we're improving. We've only had 2 games so far. We have one tomorrow, but I think we can do it. We have the team, we have the coaching, we have everything here to be able to do that. It'll just come down to being consistent and making it happen.
Okay. Thank you so much, Joel.
No problem.
We wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.